If you guys can hear me, he's getting a drink. He will be out in just a second.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Artie of Artie's Corporate Fiction. Welcome to another much requested episode of Brothers-in-Law. Right there on the screen, you have the one and only, because he's my only brother, Alex here. Joining us today, sporting his Scott's cap because he's repping that home life.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on, man?
Good. I actually just got a text from my wife and she said we needed an air fryer. So between the Scott's and the air fryer, that makes me pretty dad mode, I guess you could say. I don't know.
I was telling who was it? I was telling other people, I forget who the heck I just told, that like 3 or 4 years ago, the Instant Pot was the new hotness, but now it's old and busted, and the air fryer is the new hotness.
Yeah, you only want an air fryer, apparently. I have no idea. I don't know why my wife wants it. She doesn't really cook, so like, I don't know why she would want it.
Chalk it up to the other appliances that'll be in the deep recesses of the cupboards in about a year and a half.
Yeah, and you know what? Some other news in the realm of policing. I am now a certified master peace officer in the state of Texas.
Ooh.
Yeah. So not only do I have, I went from having the most basic license, police license you can have in Texas, to having a master license, all because I took a crime scene class. Like that was the only thing.
Nice.
And I skipped like 3 levels. It was so dumb. It's all dumb. But whatever.
Nice. Oh, by the way, also, I already told my people, but just to point out, my brother did celebrate his birthday on Saturday. Yeah,
it was Saturday. Yeah,
you went out to Austin, I guess.
Yeah, I went over to Dennis's house and swam in his pool, hung out. It was a very, very family-oriented birthday. So still drank some, and I was told I started drinking rosé.
Oh my!
And Nicole's like, I think it's time for you to go to bed. And I was like, yeah, it's good.
when you got so desperate for the next drink, you went with rosé.
Rosé, like, okay. Yeah.
All right, we're done.
Thanks, guys. All right.
So the first, we have a couple of videos. At least I think 2 of them, 2 out of the 3, my viewers have seen. The one that we're going to see first is something I think a lot of other people have seen before. But I'm very curious to see how you would react, Alex, how you would respond in a similar situation. The first one being this self-declared, well-known politician out in Florida was stopped by an officer for, I forget, was it registration or tags or something like that? And he just decides to lose his mind, especially when I think she said that, you didn't show me the registration. I already wrote the ticket. I can't take it back anymore. Which I think, honestly, I feel like most of us who have ever been stopped before kind of understand that to be, part of the norm.
It's sort of true, and I'll talk about it depending on the situation, how that works.
All right, so we're gonna get this show in the road, and let's get started.
It's a nice car.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing, sir? I'm Sebastian, Sarasota Police Department. You're on audio and video recording. The reason for the stop, you were observed going 57 and a 40, and you were on your phone texting while you were doing that. That was at Euclid and Fruitville.
You don't need to point at me, officer.
I'm not pointing at you. I'm pointing in the direction where it was.
I'll just call the chief. How's that?
Go right ahead, sir.
that statement to me is like, that's fantastic. Please do it. Please make my day.
We are 34 seconds into the stop, and he's already. I'm going to call the chief.
Do you know how much trouble the chief would get in if, like, he's seen on body camera, like saying, "Yeah, don't write this dude a ticket just because of who he is," and it's all on body camera?
I mean,
oh God, it wouldn't be good for the chief.
Right?
Yes, sir, I do. Can I see your license, registration, insurance, please?
You can do this?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry? So have a job to do,
dream
sir.
scenario right here.
What's your name?
Officer Beskin, it's going to be on the citation. License, please.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I love saying that.
Sir, can I have
How
your
long you
paperwork,
been
please? 7 years, sir. Can I see your registration, please? You're not going to give me your registration, sir.
You arrest me?
I'm asking you if you're going to produce me with your registration.
Bitch, maybe.
You going to have it on you?
Look, go call the chief. Tell him how rude you just been to me. Play with this video.
Okay.
Then you call Marlon Brown. Then you call the mayor.
Okay.
They're not okay, though. I'm telling you what to do.
Okay, sir. Are you refusing to produce your registration?
I'm paying you, so I'm telling you what to do or something like that.
His 0.4 cents in taxes. Thank you, sir.
I'm asking you if you have your registration.
You're making career decisions.
Okay,
Why
sir.
are you doing this?
Sir, because you were speeding and you were texting.
He's talking about, by the way, just this guy is an absolute prick. If we stop and think about it, he's threatening her entire livelihood as a police officer over a registration violation and texting and driving ticket. Like, that's who this guy is. Just so we can sit back and
speeding and texting.
Speeding
but
and
about
all
to be
that, yeah. So
but
he
about
gets
to be adding on registration too.
He gets to speed, he gets to text and drive, and he's gonna ruin your livelihood because you're doing your job. So yeah, fuck this guy. Just by the way, it's a big fuck you to this guy. But we can keep watching this.
Hang tight.
Am I allowed to say that?
I say it.
Okay. That's right.
Call the supervisor. I just spoke to your boss.
Okay.
That's not okay.
You want your paperwork?
God,
Is it your Russian immigrant
I want to be the
status
supervisor that responds to this.
Yeah.
10-4, 10-6.
Call the supervisor.
She said she's fine. She's busy.
Can you have my supervisor respond, please?
Yeah. And then we'll see who goes.
You don't want your
It goes
paperwork?
away.
6142,
You don't have a warrant.
Sir, you're going to be issued a citation.
I would leave it on the dash, or I would leave it on the windshield wiper. Like, snap it to the windshield wiper.
I'll wait for the supervisor.
You can wait for the supervisor, but I'm going to go through what I need to go through.
No, I'm not interested.
All right, you are going to be issued a
There's
citation.
the registration.
Well, you've been already issued a citation for that.
For what?
For failing to produce your registration.
All
All right. Sir, you're going to
Right
be issued a
here.
citation 57 and a 40 for speeding. Your fine is
Right here.
$256. Information in the back. You're
Right
going to
here.
have an option to
It's on
plead
your
guilty,
camera.
an option to plead not guilty, and an option to take a safe driver's course. If you qualify for the course, it will reduce your fine,
She's going through this spiel just to be a jerk, by the
and
way.
it will reduce
yeah,
your
I probably
points.
would too.
If you decide to go ahead and do that, just make sure you do it prior to submission of
You know
payment.
what? You know what he said about you? You want to hear what he said about you?
He could say all he wants about me. I got a job to do, sir.
You know what he said about
Okay.
you?
If
He
you
said
fail
he's
to
had you
complete,
before like this,
okay,
and he's going to have you again.
and that's fine,
It's not fine. Why do you keep saying it's fine?
sir.
I'm a law-abiding citizen, and you're being bloody
I've
rude.
heard that before.
If you decide to go ahead and do the course, just make sure
No,
you
he's
do it
not.
prior to submission of payment, as they do
You think you're wicked?
He was speeding.
require a certificate of completion. If you sign up for it, you must complete it. Otherwise, they will go ahead and suspend your license. You are going to be issued a citation for texting and driving.
honestly, I feel like this is one of the better touches that he has of like a campaign cover for on his phone. I feel like that just makes this entire video.
If I was his opponent, I would just like screenshot this right here.
Oh, I mean, absolutely.
Okay. You're going to be issued a citation for texting and driving. Your fine is $116. Information in the back. You're going to have an option to plead guilty and an option to plead not guilty. You are going to be issued a citation for failure to provide your registration upon request. Your fine is $116. Information in the back. You can plead guilty or not guilty.
Wow.
You're lying.
Fast.
Green paper.
Give them the citation.
Green paper tells you you have 30 days to repay.
Why are you lying?
You have 30 days
Why
to
are
reply.
you lying?
Your payment options are on the green form.
Yes, simple question. Why are you lying?
Phone number on the bottom in case you have any questions. When my supervisor comes, I'll wait for him with you if you like me to. Your citation's over here. You can accept them. I will wait. I will wait, but I will wait.
No, actually, she doesn't have to wait. He can go to the police. He can drive to the police station if he wants to.
Yeah.
And she's being nice by doing that.
Sir, step back into your car.
Oh yeah, pedestrian in the roadway.
Yep. It's for your safety.
Ooh, that's another ticket.
You're gonna have another unit respond.
You know how dangerous it is for him to get out of the car like that?
Yeah.
Sir, stand over there. It's for my
threat.
safety
It's a
and for
threat
your
to her.
safety.
Yeah, right there.
Sir.
She's giving him a lawful order. In my opinion, he's
For the driver being extremely
doing that to be
uncooperative.
intimidating. But she also didn't have to stay there too. She could just get in her car and leave. I'll write him a ticket.
Yes, Sarge.
6142 to 6715. Are you anywhere closer?
I can't. He won't let
That's
me leave
something
until a supervisor
sort of
shows
similar
up.
to this happened.
Martin Hyde. I just gave him 3 tickets.
Oh, she knew who he was. That's fantastic.
Yes. Bye. Speeding 57 and a 40, texting while driving, and failure to produce his registration because he told me I could look it up. And he's gonna have my job. Everything is on camera. Alrighty. Bye. Are you still waiting for a supervisor, or are you leaving?
Reggie, I'm just coming down.
Okay. Very good.
By the way, he's a friend of mine.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Okay.
I can tell you right now, if any of my friends did something similar like this, I would be
Yes,
pissed
I do, sir.
off and embarrassed for them.
Yeah.
Because I have a job to do, sir. Nobody's above the law.
Like,
Above the law, you have to have some degree of respect.
I try to imagine
That degree of
myself in a
respect started the
situation
moment I
where
walked
I
up to
would
the car,
have the audacity of trying to pull this if I was stopped. And
If that is
I'm
your
like,
feeling,
I'm just
you
like
are more
cringing
than welcome to fight the citation
because
in court.
I
Okay.
would be so ashamed of myself of trying to pull that.
You're
Like, hey,
more
my
than-
brot's a cop. You know?
You
This
know,
is-
you're an
look, it-
influential
This is
person. You're
the future. Like this is all
You
on
could go
camera.
ahead and
Like
do
come on,
that.
like what
Yeah.
you have to know. This is
Okay.
on camera.
Just-
And I remind people. Some people just don't give a shit.
Because I
I'm like,
did
look,
nothing
you're not on
wrong, so
camera.
I
you
was
understand?
doing
He
my
was
job.
told
But I am
already
going to
he was on
ask you
camera.
either to
Yeah.
sit in your car or step on the
She's giving him a
sidewalk
lawful
because I
order
don't
to
want
get off the
either one of
street.
us getting hit. Okay.
What he's
Sir,
doing
I
now
have
is trying to.
nothing
He
more
knows
say
that
to
he
you,
wants her
sir.
to get
You're
back in the
requesting
car.
my supervisor. You can
But
have the
he's only
conversation
not
with
going
them
in the
now.
car to try to regain some
Control.
semblance of control. Yeah.
Sarge Frangione is on his way.
Okay.
Speeding 57 and a 40. Texting while driving. Failure to produce his registration. When I asked, he told me I could look it up.
Okay. You know who he is,
Yes.
right? Yeah, you got identified him.
Yes.
Okay. So you're
That's
just
fantastic.
gonna stay by to cite him, or is that what?
He already got cited
Oh, he has already
Yeah.
the citation. So he just.
from the moment I walked up.
So you're just waiting for.
He's waiting for supervisor, and I guess he spoke to Frangione, so Frangione is on his way.
Okay.
Bobby
I wish
doesn't
our
know
car
that.
said supervisor on them, but they don't.
Hello,
Huh.
Mr. Hyde.
You just
I guess you talked to Sergeant Frangione by the phone?
I did, yeah.
Okay, he's on his way. She requested another unit, so that's why another
give
unit.
Someone a certificate, ticket for no registration when they've got their registration.
Look at him walk away. Ooh, he's so smart.
She's trying to make her Spurs, but it's a big mistake.
Well, this one is the expired one, but
Well, it doesn't make it. It takes a few seconds.
I forgot that part. He gave him
Write a
expired.
separate ticket for that ass face.
Yeah.
Sure that she
She,
pays the price.
I don't know how it
for
works in
being
Florida,
disrespectful.
but
I just wanted you to witness and know that the registration was right there, and she deliberately chose to write the ticket. She came up. She said the
then
first.
it would have been expired.
Yeah, but again, he's outright lying. And she told them, because in Florida, Florida's a two-party state. So at the bare minimum, she has to tell them, you're being audio and video recorded. And he's outright lying.
Look, there's a video.
But
of it, so be quiet.
does it apply
There's a
in
video.
public spaces? Two-party states? It doesn't.
Actually,
to
no,
me,
you're
it
right.
wouldn't.
I
Recorded.
think it might be more department policy, with the body cam. Yeah. It's only. I think you're right. It's only for wiretapping for phones.
That's like Miranda. I think Miranda's outdated. I don't think we need to read people Miranda anymore. Everybody knows. It's common knowledge.
All right. I'm gonna leave that out there.
Of what you said.
There is.
And I've got a video of what you said. Right? What she said was, I said, I don't have it. She immediately said, I write your citation. She went right back. She never said anything. She went straight back. I denied the citation. She's straight back, right the seven. I've lived here for 25 years. I've represented your unit. I've got no interest in listening to you, young lady.
Isms.
yeah,
Oh,
just a
it's
second,
public
officer.
safety, yeah. Come on then.
Yeah, Mr. Hyde, like I said,
No.
you know,
I've represented you guys
Yes,
in
sir.
union discussions. My
Yeah.
son is a cop. I'm friends with
Yeah.
the.
Ooh, his son's a
everybody
cop?
in
That's
the
embarrassing.
police department. This is the first
But I doubt he's
time
lying. I bet he's not
anybody
telling the truth.
has been disrespectful to me.
Wait, did he say he represented them in union discussions?
Them in unions. Maybe. I don't know. But here's the thing. Politicians, so what they'll do is they'll meet with like presidents and they'll say, hey, I want to get elected. What would you, and then you say, okay, well, what are you gonna do for us if we, endorse you? And I guarantee you the conversation was something like that. You know what I mean? Where he had a meeting with some unions or some associations, said, hey, I'm running. Here's what I would do if I was elected. And then he's going to call it, I've represented you guys in meetings.
Gotcha.
That's my guess as to what he actually did, but I don't know. We'll see.
I just saw Deacon. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Can expats run for office in Florida? I mean, at the state level, the states can dictate whether or not, if you're an immigrant or you're a naturalized citizen. Yeah, the requirements that we always hear are primarily at the federal level. The states can dictate who they want to permit to run for office, how they see fit.
And for what reason? I could care less. If they were going to write me a ticket, I could care less. I just pay the bloody thing. You don't think I got the money? It's the manner and the nature of it.
okay. And like I said, Sergeant Vangione will be over here to talk to you about her interaction. I'd say.
Who is Miranda?
Outrageous. Yeah. Why would you do that? Why?
She's a character in Mass Effect and one of the foundations of our
Sir. And, I set you.
Everybody does not know. We don't need it anymore. It's ridiculous.
The negotiations with you, and I understand where you're coming from.
I don't ask for special treatment, but I don't expect to get treated like a punk.
Let me go talk to her.
I imagine there are probably people who have much worse interactions with police than this guy did.
7 years might not turn into 8.
He doesn't want special treatment, by the way, but he's like got 3 units coming to his regular traffic stop, just so you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you need me to go back to the station and dock my camera?
No. He'll review it if he
See, our
gets reviewed.
cameras, which is cool. Our cameras actually can upload like right then and there, and you can actually see them right then and there. So if I was supervisor, I really wanted to, I could take her camera. Yeah, because my body camera is it's like a phone, and so it's actually a Motorola phone, and you just go in the app and you say, okay, rewind basically, and you can watch it in the app. It's pretty cool.
I know, kind of random question, but what's your department's policy on retention for body cam?
It depends on what it is. If it's a traffic stop that's like no citation issued or what we call non-consensual contact, I believe it's only 90 days. If it is a citation, I think technically it has to be held for 2 years, and then for felony ones, it's like indefinite. You have to mark it. The officer has to go back and classify the call type. So we get on the officers a lot because if they're not classified appropriately, then they can actually fall off and get deleted after 90 days.
Right.
So we do have a code for traffic stops, and then a code for traffic stops for citation issued. And if you issue a citation, then those get held a lot longer.
The reason I was asking is because for the longest time, New Jersey was a blanket requirement, regardless of what's captured, was like 30 days, and then 45 days, and then most recently last year 90 days. So I was like, at a bare minimum, 90 days, doesn't matter what's on camera.
I think ours are 90 days as well. When we call them non-consensual or we call them non-enforcement contacts, which is kind of like you went to a call, but like nothing happened. You just mediated the piece and walked away.
Yeah.
Those, I think because those are what we classify those as 90 days. There is an accidental recording, like if you went to the bathroom or something, but in my opinion, like that's the really dumb one to click because it requires someone to go and review the video.
Right.
And make sure it was accidental. And if you went to the bathroom, then you really don't want people seeing that.
Yeah.
So we do have an accidental recording feature, which also drops off, I believe, still after 90 days.
Gotcha.
So, but I believe it's 90 days, and then it goes longer from there. As
I was curious.
He just didn't know that this is who he was.
Oh, okay.
So, but I couldn't leave until somebody was here. So just let me know what you need me to do.
Is Sergeant Frangiani coming on his way here? Is that
Yes.
He is?
Yes, he told me he was.
I just wait for him to get here.
See, that sergeant, in a lot of ways,
let me give
would
you
be
a call
putting
real
his
quick,
badge on the
'cause that
line
might
to even
help
cover
you
for this dude.
better.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
No.
hell no. I don't care. We're best friends, and you already stirred up this much trouble.
Stay in your car.
Hell no. I'd say, okay, go to court.
You can go
And
to the
I
station.
would, you know,
Yep,
probably
go to the
in the interest
Hey,
of being
Mark.
polite, I would say, dude, probably, man, let's go watch the video camera. Let's watch the body camera, you know?
Yeah.
And he would look like an absolute ass.
All right. I think this is I don't remember, the lieutenant, or I think whoever's above the sergeant at this point. This is his body camera.
Yeah, I have to leave it on.
All right, so here's
Smart ass.
He first tells him whether or not he's gonna turn off the body cam. Like, okay, you're making yourself look even better already than you already have.
She lied about the cell phone thing.
Okay.
She lied about I don't know, the speed. I could care less. You can give me the ticket all day long. I could care less about that. And then I gave her the registration, and she's registration. It's in the car there somewhere. She goes off. She writes me a ticket. She brings me back a citation. I said, there it is.
Okay.
And she still gives me it.
Okay. All right.
She's being funny. And the thing is, I appreciate that.
Oh my God, his fly is down.
Back you guys left, right.
I did not notice that until Tones Overthink it pointed out.
Yo, what?
His
First of all, what is
fly
your chat?
is-
What is your chat watching, guys?
I know, right?
Wow. I didn't even notice it. Thank you, Tones.
I back you guys left, right, and
I
center.
understand that. I do. Trust me, I do
And
know
I
that.
don't expect better treatment, but I don't expect worse treatment. If that's how you treat people, that's unacceptable.
I understand. I understand your frustration.
And I can get the video and I can play it to
I'm
the
going.
mayor. I understand that, but you know, the thing is, I don't take it kindly. She knew exactly, because I said to her, right away, I said, and she's like, yeah, I know. Straight away, writing the tickets. Why?
Well, she's a traffic officer.
Yeah,
That's
she's
what we
a
do.
traffic-
But I
yeah,
understand.
I understand that's what she do.
Yeah.
So it's not what you do, and you know it.
I don't know what
She
you mean
has
by
a
that.
job to do. I'm not.
Say, what do you mean by
I'm
Not
gonna
that
look
way.
at the. I'm gonna look at the video. I understand your concerns. I'm gonna look at the video. I notified everybody in the chain of command right now. That's what I was doing. That's why I was not coming here. I thought you were gonna meet me at the station, but it's
Yeah, like
not a
every
big
other
deal.
normal human being.
She's going right now to dock her video. Right now, she's going to dock the video. And if there's problems, you will be the first to know.
Well, I
Those
know there's
taser
gonna be
body
a
cameras that
difference.
suck.
I'll do something about it.
Okay, I understand. Yeah, I'm going to take your complaint, is what I'm doing. That's the first step.
You know, how can you write a ticket for no registration when you've got the registration?
See, he's not mad.
He
He just doesn't want the
$150,000 car.
Yeah.
I've lived here for 25 years and I don't register.
$150,000 car, so he doesn't have to get a speeding
Well, you
ticket
tell
or
me
a
what the
registration
point is.
ticket.
It's just a state statute that she enforces. She's not the only traffic
Would
officer
you
that
give
writes.
a ticket for that?
I really don't leave the office.
Same, bro, same. That's me.
Man, I graduated from that.
But
I don't do that shit.
Would give a ticket for that to me.
I tore my knee up.
I understand what you're saying.
You know that, Sam?
And you producing
Yes.
it.
Well, wait.
I'm on light duty right now because I was in a vehicle pursuit, jumped a fence, and
Oh no! This is new. Oh,
yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm on my last week. I got like 3 weeks total. We'll talk about it later.
probably should have
Why
taken
don't
that
leave the
ticket
office,
away,
though?
but I'm going to find out what exactly occurred. And
Because
that's
she had a bee in a bonnet because she thought she was on a big power trip.
Be in a bonnet.
Guess what? She's been there 7 years.
Speak English, sir. American. Speak
I
American.
know, right? Freaking immigrants.
I'm like,
I'll
Speak
get
English.
going on.
yeah,
All right, listen, that's your prerogative. I want to get
this is
started.
not right, Andy.
Okay, I
It's not
understand.
right. You don't treat people that have treated and supported you like that.
I understand where you're coming from. I do.
Bare minimum of respect is yes, sir, no, sir. Not a word of it. Straight up. Talking to me
Ooh,
like
I don't know about that.
Get back in your car. Which is this? She's standing. She's got a car door open, and I'm leaning against here talking.
No, Jacob.
Right?
She's also a police
Ring,
officer.
in case you get hit by traffic.
Yeah.
Just being difficult. Right? Just being cocky.
I do understand where you're coming from.
But it isn't. It's a bad interaction.
Yeah, it definitely
bad
seemed.
interaction.
It definitely seemed like it was.
How difficult is it to come to me and say you don't?
I don't know why he's still standing there.
Give us your license and your registration. Why get in?
I think she already left.
Immediately like that.
No, she
When
did
knew
because
exactly
her car
what
is
she
not
was
there. But I'm saying like the lieutenant, like I'm out, bro.
Ah.
If that's how, no wonder you got people shooting people in Newtown. If that's how you talk to people.
All right, Martin, I'll talk to you later.
What's it? SVT. Or what is that? It's like the sport version of the Range Rover
And write
Sport.
tickets when someone's actually got the physical stuff. You tell me that's.
I understand. I do. All right, I'll talk to you later.
I have the biggest smile on my face right now.
Go to mute.
Yeah, we're going to mute. I wish I knew what they were saying. The
I
thing
know,
is, you
right?
shouldn't really be going to mute. You should just stop the recording. There's no more reason to continue the recording. So I tell my guys just mute. Mute is sketchier than just turning it
Yeah.
off when they leave.
That's something I've noticed too. Like it does seem a little more sketch when you
Yeah, which-
mute rather than just cut the video. I don't know.
Well, yeah, especially since like think about it, like yeah, you're muting. You're going to talk about the call. Like obviously, you're going to turn the video off. You're going to go back in the office. And go, what a jackass! You're going to say all the things you're going
Yeah.
to say right now, but you don't have to keep the video going. There's no reason to.
All right. Well, people were asking in the chat like, do we have the apology video? I know of the apology video, but we're not here for that. He's a jackass. It doesn't matter how much he wants to apologize. He lost his election. That's really all I care about.
And there was much rejoicing.
Yeah, I had something like that similar happen to me. I had a guy. I was in a high crime area, and he had like those like tinted license plate covers.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll pull this car over. Why not? Like, I'm in a high crime area. Let's just see what's going on because you can't have it. It obstructs your view of the license plate, and criminals do that. So I stop him, and as I'm coming to the car, he won't roll the window down. He's like got it partially down, so it's screaming about he wanted a supervisor. This was before I promoted to sergeant. It's about 2015, 2016, screaming about wanting a supervisor, and I was like, no, I need your driver's license, your insurance.
And there was much
And he was like doing going crazy, talking about me shooting his daughter in the front right passenger seat. I guess there was I couldn't even see. I didn't know that his 13-year-old daughter was in the front right passenger seat, but he's freaking out, like just freaking out. And I'll never forget, because I had the weakest boss at the time. And I mean, like just a giant pussy of a boss who, instead of having my back, This is I'm telling you, this is real life. This is what happened.
Right. Yeah.
Instead of having my back, so I wrote the guy the tickets because I wasn't gonna write the tickets. I don't write tickets, but he pissed me off. You want to be a douche, you're gonna get a ticket. So I wrote him a ticket, and instead of like saying like what, like I don't, what do you want here? He pretends to like yell at me and then winks at me, where the guy can't see him winking at me, but it's like, Wazar, we got to go talk about this right now, and he's winking at me. and I couldn't help but laugh at the time, but like the reality is that you're also not backing me up in front of a huge douche canoe. And like, and so he's like, let's go talk around the corner over here after this. And I was like, okay. And he's like laughing, but he's like winking at me. And I was like, this is dumb. And so then we go to court. It actually went to jury trial court for this ticket.
Wow.
I was like, I'm going to this bitch. And I'm showing up. And he like tried to argue all this crazy stuff, but he started getting mad in court and like argumentative in court. And I was just like, yeah, I had a cover license plates. Didn't you get in trouble? I was like, no. The judge was like, that's irrelevant. Like,
yeah,
exactly. No, I didn't get in trouble. And he's like, well, didn't you and your supervisor talk about this afterwards? Like, yeah, because you were acting like this, and he was already acting crazy. And like,
was that your testimony?
It was during testimony. And so, needless to say, the jury found him guilty for his obstructed license plate, and he had to walk out and take the L. And I'm just skipping away.
Wait. So did he go pro se?
Yes.
So he was asking you these questions in direct testimony.
Yeah, it's city court. It was city traffic court. He didn't have a lawyer. He wanted to do it himself, and so he showed up, and the judge kept telling him it's not relevant. He's like, did you get in trouble? She's like, that's not relevant. So, yeah, so she's like basically doing all the objections, and then ultimately like he was like, well, I don't think I deserve the ticket because and I was like honestly, I think I even told him, I was like, I usually write a ticket or I enforce it because of high crime neighborhood, and from what I did is my job. I was a heat officer, and this is what we did, and so I talked about that a little bit and why I was doing what I was doing in that area. And so it was actually fantastic. There actually wasn't any video that was saved. I forgot why. But it would have been fantastic. It might've been even before videos were out, but anyway, I digress. I'm ready
right on.
I'm ready
for
this guy.
You ready? All right, let's go. Oh, real quick with the other super chats. Tom Castro, $5. Thank you very much. Since Glenn has left Washington, what if Jeremy DeWitt, Delete Laws, and Glenn Serio teamed up? I mean, that just sounds like a black hole would create with their presence of stupidity. So I'm not even gonna entertain that scenario. Cameo Stark, $2. Your brother has a lawful good paladin vibes, Artie. Alex, do you even know what that's a reference to?
I saw that in the chat, and I was gonna ask you because I don't have a clue what that means.
It's epic D&D/gamer lingo. He says that you have the look of somebody who is moral, good, just, very heroic. No.
It's a positive. Well, good, thank you. I didn't know whether to be mad or
lawful good paladin is definitely positive.
Okay, well, why is there wieners in the chat?
Well, I don't know who this Gabriel Morgan is. He's kind of wild in a little bit there. So somebody mods, please ask him to take it easy over there. But all right. And then Deacon Fatal, $2. Oh, this picture looks familiar. Hint, Artie. I know you're talking about the eagle. She's talking about my desktop.
Yeah, he's been worn once.
All right. This crazy guy. Because again, this is code. Shout out to Code Blue Cam. Apparently Wisconsin is fucking wild. Because we're getting all this stuff out of lacrosse.
Hi there. These are criminals. You and you and you, as many good things as you do. The people who run
this guy's actually more respectful than the other guy.
Are
being fair.
That's the ironic thing.
Pathetic criminal.
Alana, you say they're eggplants. We all know what they mean. All right, in chat. Let's be real.
On March 20th, 2022, officers responded to a battery complaint at a hotel in La Crosse, Wisconsin. Dispatch received a call about a man needing to be removed from the property because he was physically fighting with a staff member. The man was identified as 24-year-old Rhett Sarver. It was also indicated Rhett was dropping needles all over the place and needed help. Upon arrival, police observed Rhett in the parking lot yelling,
I love asking people.
Rhett
like,
has had frequent encounters with law enforcement officers. He is a known drug
I do also appreciate that this is at a La Quinta.
user and can be physically aggressive with others.
Rhett, what's going on?
Somebody advanced on me and
He also has a history of resisting law enforcement.
I was already on my way out.
77. I'm here as well.
I'm not going in with you, by the way.
Okay, just hang tight for us, Rhett.
Oh, that's a good start.
I'm not going with you. I'm leaving under my free will. I'm not under arrest.
Fortunately, we don't
Okay, Rhett, were you physically fighting with somebody?
No, somebody fucking stepped up on me and I defended myself.
Okay, you need to stop while we just talk about it, okay?
Sir?
Rhett, you've always been cool with me.
Yeah, and we will be if you fucking do not.
Listen,
do not tell
listen.
Me I'm fucking under
all I need you to do.
So just so you guys know,
here.
What you're watching right now is actually really, really good de-escalation, and I have seen a little bit of this. This is excellent de-escalation because I can tell you right now, he does not have to do this. He's actually, you can articulate an evading charge right now if you wanted to. He's not doing that. He's not being that traumatic, but he could absolutely articulate, in my opinion, an evading charge. Just he said, "No, I'm not going with you. I'm not going to be detained." And he's walking away. Like, boom, you're evading. But he's not doing that. So kudos to him for at least trying to de-escalate this. So I mean,
I was about to say. I mean, I was about to say that the cop doesn't even say it outright, but at this point he is detained. But the cop doesn't say it. But at this point he's detained because he got called to an investigation. He can't leave just yet. He's not under arrest, like he said. He's not under arrest, but you can't leave just yet.
Hang on with my partner till we figure out what's going on.
We're not figuring anything out.
Rhett, yeah, we are. Okay?
No, okay.
Rhett, you've always been decent with me. I want you to continue that decency, okay?
And I will continue to be decent. I've been nothing but fucking communicating to myself or fucking in relation to the people who have walked around.
Why don't you just set your bags down and we'll talk about it?
Sure?
All right?
Sure.
Yes.
I need some water and I need some fucking what do you call it?
yeah, he's either I'm getting mental illness.
I don't have either of those, but I got
intoxicated,
cigarettes in the
high,
cigarette.
whatever you want to call it. But he might have
maybe.
A mental
I think.
illness
I don't know. I bought a pack from Quick Trip and it was a random pack.
A cigarette without water, so fucking or insulin.
Okay, so you don't want a cigarette then?
I would like a fucking SIM card that's working on my phone, which I think somebody grabbed.
That's why I wanted you to see this one. It's because of the guy, the cop has a pack of cigarettes like on him, and I was going to ask you whether or not you've heard of cops carrying, even if they don't smoke, whether they carry as a tool to help with de-escalation.
Okay, so let me get back to this. So yes, I have heard that. Some high-speed training, when I say high-speed, like some super cop training classes you can take will praise this, that absolutely you'll do it. The problem is, and I had my guys one time gave a guy a shot of whiskey that he had, let him have a shot. Okay. The problem is technically that is a city. It's probably true here. I don't know for sure, but it's a city policy violation for the officers to have tobacco on city property. And it is probably a policy violation to give them cigarettes. At least in our city, I can tell you that it is. Now, a lot of lieutenants and chiefs will say, "Oh, giving cigarettes is okay." Well, you get the one lieutenant that doesn't like you or is mad at you, then all of a sudden it's a problem, regardless of if you're using the cigarettes not for your own use, but to de-escalate, to build rapport, which is absolutely a reasonable thing to do. And so, yes, I've heard of it happening. It's not common, at least in my city, because of the way our administration is. And would I do it? Maybe. I never did. But I did have my guys give a guy, like, he was cooperative. He had warrants. He had just bought this thing of whiskey and wanted one shot. He wasn't, or a sip or whatever, and he wasn't intoxicated, and he was a grown man. And ultimately too, what happened was on that same street they stopped him on, we had an unsolved murder for about 2 weeks. And so they were trying to build rapport with some people out on the street. So they're kind of using it as like a rapport thing to be polite. And it was funny because so admin saw that, got really butthurt about it. And when the officers explained that to them, and that's why they did it, they're like, "We don't like it, but okay," is what they said. So I say all that to say, yes, I've heard it. It's trained right now to do that kind of stuff. But it depends probably on where you work as a city and if you trust your chain of command to not like hose you for having tobacco on city policy or property if they don't like you or something like that.
Gotcha. Right on.
So, well, listen.
So that and my fucking insulin.
If I can get you some water, you want to just stay calm and stay here with my partner?
I am, dude, just because I'm raising my voice, I'm upset.
Okay.
I'm calm.
Just put your bags down. Put your bags down and take a seat for me.
I'd fucking be going off on somebody like I just did earlier.
I'll get you some water, Rhett. Put your bags down and take a seat.
You have to advance on me in a negative way while we're all in a fucking healthy family environment, right?
Chris, healthy.
You are my.
Just put your bags down and take a seat for me.
I'm not taking a seat. I'll stand up.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you putting your bags down and hanging out with my partner. Okay. We just got to figure out what's. I'll go.
Social distancing.
I'll go.
Do not wrap around.
Social
me.
distancing.
I'm not. I'm standing here because I don't want to get hit by a car from behind me.
What?
I don't want to get hit by a car.
You think I do? No wonder why I fucking don't
Red,
want to fucking
just
stay in
hang
bed.
tight right here
You're
for a
like
second.
dancing around me like I'm a dervish fucking swashbuckler. I'm not gonna sit here and fucking. Just take advantage of
A dervish fucking swashbuckler.
the fucking next 3 squad.
Red, how come you hit a staff member? Red, stop. Red.
Where in the methamphetamine is he going? And actually, I would be worried that he's going to assault this guy right here.
Stand back over here.
Shut the fuck up.
9677, come back over
Mariah!
here. We're gonna be going hands on.
Bitch, I love you.
Rhett displayed agitated behavior and was not compliant with the officer.
He's clearly mentally ill or still
Due
coming
to
off
Rhett's
high.
known violent history with
Combination of
others
the two.
and his lack of compliance, officers attempted to detain him on suspicion of battery.
Red.
I will for you.
Red, listen to me. I just need you to take a seat. Take a seat and calm down.
I need a bottle of water. You're not gonna.
We can go grab you one.
I'll get you a bottle of water, but you gotta sit down first.
Lower your voice. You have to sit down first.
Okay.
Lower your
He's de-escalating. I appreciate it.
Listen, take a seat. I'll get you some water. He's getting your water. Okay. Thank you, Rhett.
I don't remember that, Deacon. You'll have to send it to me again. I apologize. There
You
we
know
go.
how dangerous this is, though, for the officers? He's reaching the bags. The officers have
Yeah.
bags for weapons in the system.
Rhett.
It's actually very dangerous for him.
You're gonna get shot.
Rhett.
Don't not let
Rhett,
it.
calm down.
Stop.
Stop resisting, Rhett. Rhett, stop resisting. Go down. Down on the ground. Down on the ground.
Straight on bar takedown. Pretty
77. I
standard.
have one resisting at this time.
Hey, I have court too.
Stop. Rhett. Stop.
That's my watch.
Let go. Let go, Rhett. Let go.
Watch, what the fuck?
Radio traffic's good,
He fucking
but you've
came
already
at
said
me.
what you need to say.
I'm not
Stop
gonna hurt
touching
you.
your radio. And
Stop.
Yeah.
Stay calm.
Put
your hand behind your back.
I will. Stop. I got shit on your face.
I will.
You notice
Stop.
he's-
I gotta
but you
check on
notice
something.
Exactly. You notice he's saying, I will. And people out from the outside looking at him, but he's saying he's going to, but he's like physically not. People literally do that every time.
Oh, well, I mean, I've seen far too many videos of people saying, you know, actually legit like yelling, I'm not resisting, while they're throwing haymakers at the same time.
Yeah, and then you have members of the public like he's not resisting because he said it, even though you're like, well, if he's not resisting, why is he not in handcuffs? Like, get out of here.
Money.
Get on your face.
Floyd.
Get on your face.
I am. Stop pushing me.
Grab this arm so I can keep. Relax. Stop resisting. Right? Stop resisting.
There we go.
During the altercation, Rhett rotated his body to face one of the officers and began kicking him
That's bad
several
jiu-jitsu.
times.
That's why we actually train jiu-jitsu.
Rhett, stop.
They can actually increase their level of force. Man. Like that's a you can increase your level of force, meaning you can now use tasers, impact weapons.
Yeah.
It wouldn't help in this situation. What they're doing is probably the best thing to do. Try to get those cuffs on.
Back up.
Stop. Who's grabbing my gun? I'm right here. You're okay.
I said, what in the methamphetamine is going on over here?
Yeah, he did.
And that is fair to say. It's common to say.
Yeah.
Because there's definitely what in the methamphetamine is going on.
Yeah, pretty accurate.
Let me open. Don't breathe.
We will get you up.
Stop fighting him, damn it!
Rats.
You already kicked. Now you're getting battery to an LE.
Okay. We're at quality and we have one detained.
Quality and not La Quinta. I didn't think it was La Quinta. It's not pink.
I want to talk to you.
He's on the side.
I thought it was La Quinta. My bad.
Yes.
Hey, do you need medical attention?
So these guys are doing a good job. There's no
96, we have
handcuffs.
Red under
There's no
arrest.
point being an asshole anymore. I mean, I would take the two and put them in the one, but there's no point being a jerk anymore. It's just get him his medical. As long as he's on his side that way, he's good all day.
Yeah.
He's on the rocks, but that's his fault.
Oh, also yes.
Slow down. We'll take an ambulance over here.
That's
his fault.
Back up. Don't get kicked.
But he'll be all right.
Relax. Jesse, relax.
Jesse.
If you relax, we can work on that. But you need to relax first.
Rex, it's Officer Jarrett. Okay? You
Relax. Officer Jarrett, pull your hands behind your
We
back.
want to talk to you, but you have to stay calm for us. Okay?
Jarrett,
Yes.
can I please get Jesse?
I'm right here, and I'm going to take your belongings.
Jesse, Jesse. Jesse, is that okay with you? I can't breathe.
I would search them first.
We're gonna sit you up. Right. We're gonna sit you up and let you sit against the wall. Okay.
We're gonna step in, Hal.
Red. We're gonna sit up and sit you against the wall. Okay.
All right, we're gonna sit you up on your butt. All right.
There you go.
All right. Are you injured or do you need any medical attention, Red?
He does. We called an ambulance.
Okay.
Where is he injured?
What's hurting right now, Red?
Red, what's injured?
Red. What's injured right now? Hey.
Jesse.
Red. Look at me.
Mom.
Red.
Mom, please. Jesse. Jesse. Jesse.
Listen, Red, stop fighting.
Can you bring me a dentist?
You got water?
I will work on that. I will see you. I will work on that.
Did he say, can you bring me a dentist?
A dentist?
I'm not injured.
Jesse, you gotta promise me.
Red.
Red.
Red, look at you.
Will you bail me? He's got the water.
Red, I got some water for you.
No,
Will you bail me?
Take a drink or you're not going to get one.
Take some water. Take some water.
Red, is it okay that she takes your property?
Yeah.
There you go. Is it okay that she takes your property, Red?
He may have been shooting up heroin.
Got it? Yeah.
But heroin usually makes you lethargic, tired.
I'm gonna go find the
And I'm not
victim.
saying
You
he
guys good
doesn't
here?
use heroin, but he's either coming off of a upper or his mental illness is causing him to be like this.
What about dehydrated?
Meth to get cotton mouth and dry.
I assume meth would be the one that's gonna dehydrate him.
Yeah, I don't know about heroin, but that's not usually associated. Again, heroin's a downer. You just want to go to sleep and all that.
We're good.
Might be.
That's mine.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like that's what I
Sir, are you okay? He kicked you a couple times in the crotch. We're going.
Hey, Red, don't worry. Red, just stop talking. Just let
You
go.
okay?
Yeah, I'm good. He kicked me a couple of times here in the vest, up here in the leg area.
Okay, we're gonna go battery with LA for sure.
It did cause me pain, so yeah, let's do that.
We're going there for sure.
I noticed that bit too.
But that's how you speak because that's how your reports have to be.
Exactly. No,
in your reports. And your reports don't state that. Well, judge, like, well, you never said you felt pain. You didn't say you felt pain, and feeling pain is part of the elements of the offense.
Yeah.
So you have
no,
to.
I agree. That's why I laughed because I knew that's exactly why he said it because you had to put that on the report.
Yeah,
it's gonna be one of the elements.
We have a classy assault that's like, were you offended by the contact? I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? Was I offended by? Of course, it's like, well, because I have to. It's a stupid question, but like when he slapped you in the face, were you offended? You're like, it's stupid, but we got to ask,
when he raised his fist, did you recoil in fear?
Yeah,
because that's assault. That's part of the element.
Victim, if I can find him.
I won't afraid of
we
nothing.
deal with undiagnosed mentally ill people all the time on the streets. I'd argue that a seasoned officer is going to be really, especially on patrol in a big city, you're going to understand and know mental illness pretty easy. I think I recognize it, and to some extent our family before a lot of people did. And it's because I think my experience out on the streets dealing with people who are the bipolar, schizophrenic and things like that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Taking me away from you. We're going DC, battery in LE, resisting, and then whatever charges he has for this. He kicked Jared at least 3 times. So we're done
effectively pushing off on Jared.
And then he started booting Jared while he was driving across. He tried to walk away, and he apparently knocked one staff members down. Punched him in the face.
It's like fucking saying, hey, you might be
not me personally. He hit Jared enough that hurt him. So come on,
it'll help you catch your breath. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Stand up. Brett, are you going to stand up or not?
I'm trying to. My knees are weak. I have. This is
1, 2, 3.
There we go. I love shit in my pants. It's so great.
Okay, it's okay. Just
Shitting your pants is actually really common. I've had probably in my career at least 2 or 3 people literally shit their pants. I would say more common is peeing your pants, but yeah, I've gotten shit all over my uniform before. Human
Noted.
shit. Meth too, by the way. He didn't want me to find his meth on him.
I'm gonna do it. I know.
Don't step on these sharp rocks.
It's hon. Careful, hon. I promise. I will come check on you. You're gonna have to do this.
I wonder who she is.
Yeah, just right here.
Here, just lean against the bumper there.
That's not considered. You guys are literally like, you came at me. You can't just fucking. If I'm backing up and I want to fucking, trying to communicate and talk. That is fucking considered fucking aggression and advancing on somebody with that's not fucking.
But if you're not,
that is equal to fucking initiating a rape.
Listen,
dude.
Listen. Hang on, just listen. Okay, I understand. I hear what you're saying.
Escalation right there.
Oh, he knows his stuff.
I don't want to say that. You guys are nice because you provide safety and security.
We're out in the public. Nothing's gonna happen to you.
You know how many places have kicked me out that I'm not even doing shit like that. And
What's he implying? That if you weren't probably gonna kick your ass?
I know.
Don't beat somebody like that. I take the punch. I get hit in the face with a weapon.
Just listen to him talk for a second.
If you keep interrupting me, I get louder because I fucking.
But
I shouldn't have to talk over you.
You're interrupting me.
No,
I let you talk.
Stop. You're doing it again. I am talking, and I'm trying to tell you my fucking point of view. I do not want to hurt any of you. I didn't want to fucking fight. I don't want to defend myself like that.
Police cars
I
have
asked if they're all right. I asked if he's all right.
Luckily, I'm a supervisor. Somebody else's car gets poop in them.
Get a fucking a battery. I'm not trying to get a fucking, you know. I know. You know what I mean, sir? I'm not trying to aggressively engage on anybody, but when you guys advance on me, people do shit to me that fucking hurts. There's trauma there, man. And fucking, when I relive fucking multiple fucking memories and fucking go back in the deep fucking blank space of fucking every time I was before 8 years old, like that's just not okay, man. And then I fucking realize how many other people have fucking been in that same fucking experience in their fucking timeline. Can I get some of that? Fucking face is like sweating so bad. Jesse, I don't want to die without Jesse here.
You're not gonna die.
Jesse!
She's not here.
Jess! Douglas!
No, she went back.
Mariah! Can you please come here quick? I just need to hug you.
No.
Please, I love you. I do.
She's not gonna come over here.
Low-key, I know I'm an asshole, but fucking I love you. I didn't fight with you.
Low-key,
you guys
I know I'm an
engaged me.
asshole.
That's like saying, hey, let me just fucking lay down and get raped by you because I said I was gonna fuck you and I don't give you a choice. I need a confirmation.
Stop. That's not what's gonna happen.
Do you guys hear this? Oh, let me see the camera. Is that working? Is that on?
Yes, it's on. Don't touch it. You're gonna shut
Hi there. These are fucking criminals. You and you and you, as many good things as you do, the fucking people who run you, the government that you are fucking underneath, are fucking pathetic criminal fucking scum. Sorry, I'd say cum, but
you know honestly, I kind of agree.
Be inside of a vagina so that they can have a child when they're fucking ready to.
Oh my god.
These motherfuckers are fucking run by a fucking criminal organization. They're fucking more of a gang than anybody else.
Agreed.
The only gang I'm part of is fucking Mystery Machine, Scooby-Doo and fucking Shaggy. Fucking all of them. They're just fucking trying to fucking have a nice puzzle quest and solve problems. And I'm trying to fucking relive all the trauma so I can come back and tell the fucking, explain all the reasons people fucking out here suffering and what they fucking been through. Or animals that they fucking have been abused. Because that's what fucking humanity.
Based on interviews with multiple witnesses, officers found probable cause to arrest him.
And he would have gotten away
Dispatch
with
also
it too
confirmed
if it
Brett
hadn't
was
been
on
for
4
those
felony
kids.
bonds.
Exactly.
With that meddling hotel worker.
Out here, Brett Sarver. He's been violent with staff members up at Econo Lodge. Kicked Officer Jared when we went hands-on with him. He's just been all on the roller coaster right now. So we got medical clearance paperwork. Just be aware. He can start getting violent. Also, he had needles on him. They searched him. I didn't search him personally, so just be aware of that. I don't know if all of his pockets are completely clear, but obviously nothing big, as far as I know.
After he was transported to the jail, he began resisting jail staff.
What?
He kicked one of you guys?
Kicked off.
I put my shit in my car because I forget it at the jail.
He's making depressed statements, nothing suicidal directly.
Oh yeah.
He's been talking about.
I was like walking into a 7-Eleven one time, and I was like, "Oh shit, where's my stuff?" And this guy's like, and I run back to my car. He's like, "This guy, I don't know if he saw it or he's like, oh, did you forget something?" And I was like, "Shut the fuck up!" And I just got my car. But yeah, no, I keep my shit in my car, dude.
Awkward.
Yeah, I know. Whoops.
Oh my god.
Him being a dog. He's
Hang on. Just keep turning. I'm cooperating.
Stop it. Look at me and let me talk. Okay?
All you have to do is do exactly.
Ow, dude, stop.
Brett, just relax.
Relax.
I am not resisting.
Okay.
I'm literally not even moving.
Listen, they're in charge.
How about I hold my breath?
I'm gonna hold my breath.
Can you tell him to fucking loosen the cuff one notch on each hand?
The quicker you do what they want, the quicker they're gonna come off.
Graves, I got this.
I don't want them off at this point. I'm just wanting to fucking be respectfully treated like a human. Humane.
Rhett, listen.
Ma'am, do you know what it's like to be a dog that's fucking had their arms broken and kicked in the face?
Sores on his face to me are
in the
more
report
meth, unless
that
it's the rocks too, but I don't know.
Well, also what now?
Right.
The sores on his face, it's either from the meth or the rocks that his face was pummeled into. I don't know.
This if you were cooperative and that you need help.
I didn't resist.
Okay, listen.
I didn't fucking want you guys to fucking attack
I hear you.
me.
Listen, I need you to listen to these guys' instructions, and I'll continue to document that, and I'll tell the judge that you need help.
Listen, I don't need help. I need you to
Let's
fucking...
let's do a PBT first. Please. For me. Come on. Thank you. Thank you, Rhett. I appreciate it. These guys are good buddies of mine. They're gonna take care of you. Just cooperate with them.
I gotta hold on to you so you don't fall over.
I'm not gonna follow.
I'm just hanging on to you. I'm not.
God, I wish I would follow.
Just hold on.
God.
All right.
What do we need to do? Walk to the chair?
Yeah. Well, we're not there yet, but we're gonna try and get.
Can I ask one of you guys to take?
Rhett.
We're gonna go inside.
Let's go.
Ow!
You're gonna end up in that chair right there if you don't walk.
I'm fucking trying to walk. You're fucking cranking my wrist.
We don't want to.
Ow!
We're in their house.
Oh, that chair sucks.
I know you want to. I know you want to get
I
in.
definitely don't want the chair.
I feel like I've seen so many Code Blue Cam videos, and I would say about 30% it had the chair rolling out in those videos.
It takes a lot for us to use them in our jail.
Really? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guys, we'll get through the super chats. As the video's almost over, and then we'll get through the super chats real quick.
I'm gonna try to talk to him as much as possible.
Rhett was charged with felony counts of bail jumping and battery to an officer, misdemeanor counts of disorderly conduct, resisting, and battery.
Ooh, spit mask.
Oh my god.
They're probably just tightening the strap so you can't kick and move and buck, and so that sucks. I mean, it's a horrible feeling. I don't care who you are. There sucks.
The cuts, the jump cuts.
You don't need to fucking hate me, motherfucker. What the fuck are you trying to do, dude? What the fuck are you doing? Stop that right.
Do you enjoy our content and want to?
Yes. Shout out to Code Blue Cam, guys. All right, super chats. Joshua Lee, $5. Speaking of black holes of stupidity, there was a debate between Chili and James Freeman. I would not. Somebody posted like 2 minutes of that, and it sounded very, very effing stupid. I think James Freeman is on. I mean, Chili's already an insufferable asshole. James Freeman is an even greater insufferable asshole. He's definitely one of those folks who is infamous for antagonizing police. Oh, that's right. He was one of the guys I showed you a couple of years ago that he got hooked up by Rowlett police. He was auditing a traffic stop. Him and a buddy, and his buddy got hooked up for not following directions.
Oh, I've ran from Rowlett police before. I got caught.
So I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
So I've heard.
I was 16.
Joshua Lee, $5. He needs some milk. Yes. Rhett definitely needed some milk. Deacon, $5. It is a policy violation in federal laws. Yes, it does happen. I think she's referring to the cigarettes. Thank you, Deacon. Deacon, $10. Oh crap, Artie, you remember the video? Yeah, send it to me again. I completely forgot that video, Deacon, so send it to me again. But thank you for the $10. Joshua Lee, $5. Artie, did your brother say where in the methamphetamine? I mean, yes, he did, or what in the methamphetamine? And yes, it's accurate.
I say that kind of stuff all the time because it's I said it one time, like it was like with this chaotic scene. I'm like, what in the methane? And my boys just started laughing, and I was like, you know what? It makes so much sense. And so now I just, it could be heroin, it could be crack, and I was like, what in the heroin's going on right now? It just depends on the situation, guys. I just want to be accurate.
True. Deacon, $10. The question is for Alex. Does your department have a psychologist on call?
It's a good question. It depends on what you mean. So the quick answer is yes, but they are psychologists for officers. So we have like an anonymous number, which mental health is like a big topic among police departments nowadays. And I'd say the past couple of years have really ratcheted that up. So if I felt like I was going through a tough time and I needed somebody to speak to, I can call a hotline who would then like put me in touch with a psychologist, and I would go be able to see a psychologist anonymously. Now your chain of command would know that something's going on, but it's all funded, it's all paid for by the city, and it is a service I encourage people to use if they need it. I have lost a friend to suicide, another officer, but so yes, as far as like for suspects, no. Suspects like that will actually, this is true in Texas, and it's probably true most everywhere else. Like prisons or jails, rather, in the state jail are like the number one places for mental health treatment. It's actually like the state jail. And this may be a topic for you, Sam, because like the issue is, okay, so and actually I'm dealing with this right now. I had a 14-year-old kid who he lived alone with his mom in a motel. It's a 1-bedroom motel. And he's 14, but he's 300 pounds and about 5'9". So he looks like a grown man, and he has mental issues, anger issues, and some, I don't know. I'm not a psychologist. I don't know, but obviously mental issues. He keeps getting kicked out of school. Now the parents are getting evicted because he's threatening to beat up mom, causing problems with mom, talking about he wants to go live with his dad. Well, he's never seen his dad since he was 7 years old. And he's delusional. He didn't even know his dad's name. He's very delusional. Like, I want to go live with my dad. Like, your dad doesn't want you to live with him. Sorry, buddy. Very sad situation all around, but he was going to be taken for a mental health facility again for the multiple times that he has been. And on the last time he was there for 2 weeks. Well, if you know anything about inpatient treatment for 2 weeks, it's actually a pretty long time to be in a facility like that. So the officer's like, Sarge, what do you want me to do? Because do I file charges on this guy? I mean, he's mentally sick. Like, is this what really need to happen? I said, actually, absolutely. Because even for juveniles, when you are in the system like that, that's the only way you can force someone, whether a juvenile or an adult, to get treatment for mental health. So, we don't have a say in asylums where we can just toss people in there because we think they're crazy anymore. It just doesn't work like that. I mean, obviously there are hospitals like that, but it usually comes because they've committed a crime, and it's a way you're able to force someone to get that treatment, if that makes sense. So for a lot of these guys that have these mental illness, for better or for worse, it's the way the system is in America, at least in Texas. That's the way it is. The only real way to get treatment is to go and catch a charge where the judge can dangle it over your head and say, you know what, you're not going to get out of jail until you go seek this treatment. It's sad, but that's the reality of it. And there's really no other good way to do it in a free country, in my opinion, because then you're violating people's rights. So, if you're saying, okay, well, I'm going to, I don't think I'm crazy. I know you think I'm crazy. I don't think I'm crazy. And then you just have that person committed. It's not an easy decision. And obviously you can do it without a criminal charge. It's just not easy.
So we actually we were watching a video, I think yesterday, talking about that. In Florida, they say it's being called getting Baker acted, because I think it's a name for the statute. In California, it's called 5150, again referencing I think the California code. And what that means is that you can be forcefully institutionalized for a set period. It can happen between 3 and 7 days, depending on the state. Where if the officer feels like this person's not mentally well, he needs to have some sort of care. You can be forced to be institutionalized against your will, whether you like it or not. And you're right. Sometimes that's what happens in certain circumstances, and then oftentimes, sadly, that's what it's the only way for somebody to get assistance. Notwithstanding the fact that if the person was willing, there are probably services out there that they could actually obtain.
But they don't want to be there. They have to want to be there.
But oftentimes they don't want to be there. Yes.
Correct. And we have what's called in Texas, we call it NED, or notification of emergency detention. It's an emergency detention. You have 72 hours. Within 72 hours, you have to have something to do. The reality is how it actually works in a big city is that it is a revolving door, crowded, busy They are busy. They've actually sent messages, multiple counties here in the DFW area, like, do not go to Parkland Hospital. They are full. We cannot take any more, And what ends up happening is, and I've had this on 2 occasions where we dropped off a guy that afternoon, and the next morning he comes home and offs himself, or he gets out, gets to another confrontation where he actually we had to shoot him, and he was just apped the day before.
Yeah.
So had they taken him on the original charges, well, maybe that wouldn't have happened, because you can in jail get those services in jail. Yeah. We had an issue here where we were taking people for what's called excited delirium to go see a psychiatrist, which is not the correct thing to do. Excited delirium is a side effect of using drugs like LSD. But it can happen with a number of other things. But there was a culture for a little while where we would not take people to jail because they'd say, "Oh, I want to kill myself." It's like, no. You got to go face those charges. You got to go deal with that. And in the jails and the county jail system can help you do that. And sometimes it's the best option. So yeah, they ended up charging that 14-year-old kid with assault on a police officer and sent it up to go get him services. And so hopefully they can dangle that over his head a little bit and hope mom and him can get services, because now he has an actual charge.
Yeah.
And he'll have a mental health diagnosis. So.
And you said he was 14, right?
Mm-hmm. But I'm telling you right now, if you saw him on the street, you would think he was a grown man. It's one of those things where you get into a fight with him, you punch him, and then the news would be like, the officers beat up a 14-year-old and they'd show him in the 6th grade, like skinny as hell and like just a little kid. But no, he looked like a grown man.
Right. No, I'm not denying that at all. But what I'm saying is, because he's 14, and also again in situations like that, especially when he's dealing with the mother and they're in a certain way, the court will often assign a guardian ad litem to represent him and only him, and not necessarily with the mother. And but that's a family court issue. To your point, though, as what you mentioned, the attorney, we have the same kind of the same thing too. They're part of what my dues pay is like a hotline for attorneys, because attorneys also have we have our own mental health issues in the profession based on what we see, what we deal with, and so forth. So we actually have a similar service that we fund for attorneys who are in crisis, because I think alcoholism and drug use is a fairly prevalent thing in our profession as well, due to its nature. But thank you guys again for the super chats. Oh, the last 2, Joshua Lee, $10, and he would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for those meddling cops. Dang it, Miss Mandy. And Gina S, $5. Some people might live to cause a tiny, teensy bit of pain. Just stop voting against the majority. That might make you stupid. What? I don't know. All right.
Okay.
Noted. Okay. This one, I don't think I've showed to my audience, so I think this might be a new one for them. But this one's a wild one, and I definitely wanted your take on it.
Oh, give me one second. You go ahead and keep playing.
On
I'll be right back.
All right.
January 26, 2022, a police officer initiated a traffic stop on a vehicle because its headlights were not activated and its driver made an illegal turn in Solent, Ohio. As soon as the vehicle pulled over, the driver immediately got out of the car, walked toward the officer, and began yelling. The driver was later identified as 31-year-old Adrian Malone.
Miles Harper. Thank you.
I want to wait for my brother to arrive here, to get here first. Guys, seriously, calm the fuck down.
I said not to time anyone out.
Hikari, you shouldn't have timed. In fairness, I wasn't paying too much attention to the chat, but I wanted to say everybody needs to calm the fuck down, and stop stirring up shit. That's all I gotta say, please. If you didn't say anything, you don't have to respond. All right, Alex, we're about to start right when he gets pulled over.
Okay.
Oh, and the charge was he didn't have his headlights on and he made an illegal turn. I can't remember specifically what. Or the reasons for the stop, I should say.
Automatically, just based on the factors and the driving behavior, I suspect DWI. Oh yeah, that's very dangerous.
Get back in the car. Can you get back
I
in
can
your
hear
car?
her. I think she
Get back in
unholstered
your
her gun.
car.
She did.
Get back in your car. Get back in your
She
car.
should have. His hands in his
Sir,
pocket.
Get back in your car.
It's very dangerous.
Sir, get back in your car.
So now, as an officer, you have to decide what do you want him to
Give
do.
me a couple other units.
You don't know what's in the car.
Sir, turn around. I need you to turn around.
She's gonna treat like a high risk.
I need you to turn around. I need you to turn around. Sir, turn around. Turn around now.
We train them to do that in a high risk stop. It's just for a tactical advantage.
Sir, turn around.
Just be advised that female was picked up from the lobby. Searching that last.
So
okay,
it's not the size of flash gang signs for some reason.
Why are you being difficult? I just need you to turn around. Turn around. Keep your hands out of your pockets. Turn around.
She's doing just fine. Hold what you got till your backup gets there. There's no reason to rush.
Yeah.
I would ask for units
Please
code
keep
3.
your hands out of your
They're
pockets.
responding code 3, which is good.
Yeah.
Turn around.
Oh, and there they are.
Mm-hmm.
Turn around now. Sir. What do you mean? Stay where you are.
Ooh boy.
Sounds like she's
where you
transitioning
are.
to taser, but with that jacket, it's not going to work. Yeah, you can see the laser light.
Yeah.
My guess is she transitioned to taser, and that jacket's not going to.
Yeah, I think
It'll probably take the taser.
actually I won't spoil it.
Stop.
Sir, get in the car. She told you to get in the car.
Nope, not anymore, guys.
Yeah. So she double the akimbo method, I guess.
Okay, so here's my take on that. If you're going to do that, I had an officer do that in training one day, and he actually was from the DC area. But the only reason why I allowed him to do it was because he was authorized to use deadly force. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you can have your deadly force. He was authorized to use it, meaning the person had an obvious weapon. I think it was a knife in the scenario, and he had both out. And I was okay with that because you can try with the taser, hope it works. But if it doesn't, you can drop the taser and you have your pistol and you know that you're good to shoot. Here, she's in a situation, first of all, get off that running board. What the hell are you doing? But she's in a situation where she doesn't know she can use deadly force yet. I don't know if we're there yet. And so for her to have maintained a non-lethal and lethal option, you can have one of those sympathetic nerve reactions where you're pulling the right trigger when you meant to pull the left trigger.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So absolutely, this is not okay with me. I have a problem with this. She needs to retreat to the rear of the car, shut the door, retreat to the rear of the car, and either keep deadly force or transition to her taser, but not both. And I will say, I think up north in cold weather, there are cold weather prongs for tasers designed to penetrate jackets that we don't have here in Texas. But I still don't know if it would work for a jacket that big.
Yeah, I guess my open question would be what did she unholster first? Because you could hear her
Pistol.
unholster something, and then she unholstered the other.
I'll tell you right now, it better have been her pistol. It 100% should have been her pistol, and I believe it was her pistol.
Okay.
If I had to bet. And the reason why he's coming at her now, and you can all of a sudden see the laser light of the taser. There is a laser attached to the taser, and I saw it.
Okay, so it's the laser light. Because of the laser light, that's what tells you that it was the second one pulled.
It's a taser. Yeah. He needs that officer should be telling her right now.
Did she tell you to get in the car?
Pick one.
Doesn't matter. She'll tell you when you get in the car.
It does matter.
When you get in the car, she'll tell you.
Why?
Because that's her.
No,
that's her
at
order.
this point,
Because I'm black?
No, because
They
she
should
told
not
you to
be
get in the
doing
car. That's the way
at that point,
traffic
he goes in
stops work.
handcuffs.
I know,
She
but
stops
put
you
on
to
the
stay in the
ground.
car.
American
Pat
citizen,
him down.
I have the right to get out of my car if I feel like I'm threatened.
No. You just said, as an American citizen, I have the right to get out of my car if I feel threatened. At a traffic stop?
No.
Why do you feel threatened?
Because you pulled me over.
Okay, that's not a threat.
That is a threat. You're a cop.
Okay, that's not a threat. That's our job.
No, it's not your job.
So you don't want to comply with your order. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm saying she can give me a reason why
He's taking a.
Can't give you a reason.
Everybody knows that I get out when cops pull me over because I'm.
Get your hands
Everybody
on your
knows
pocket.
that.
Adrian was smoking a marijuana blunt and then put it out against the police car.
Okay.
I want you to keep your hands where we can see them. That's all I want.
Automatically in Texas, we got PC for the arrest. He would have been arrested a long time ago.
Yeah. Apparently, this guy just gives no fucks at this traffic stop.
I'm willing to bet he's intoxicated.
Yeah.
Keep your hands out of your pockets.
What are you gonna do about it?
You gotta do something, officers. There's 3 of y'all there.
Comply with her order to get in your car.
No, stupid fuck.
She wants you to get in the car. She already told you. How many times? I want you to get in your car.
We want you to get in your car.
No, you prone him out on the ground, guys.
We're the police, so that's our order.
Who is your boss? Who can I talk to?
We are the bosses.
We are the bosses.
No, you're a cop. Who is your boss?
We are the bosses.
You're not my boss.
Yeah, why are you doing this? What is the point?
I'm trying to figure out why you put me over.
This bullshit attempt at de-escalation is pissing me off.
I don't feel safe sitting in your car. I feel safe standing right in your face like this because then we can have a conversation.
Keep your hands where we can see them. I told you.
You want right here to stand?
Keep your hands where we can see them.
You want right here to stand?
93103.
I hate watching videos like this.
Hey, how you feeling, man? You blessed too? Or are you like the rest of the day? I'm sorry, dogs.
No.
127 on speed.
Turned around. Yeah.
Pepper spray is not a great option right now, but it could be.
So why?
I don't know what that
why are
officer's
you doing
doing
this? Why
in
won't
front
you
of
get
him.
back in the car?
You don't know
how
many people were in the car or why you're parking your car in front of them.
So you're gonna leave
Why do you have to obey our law?
The
What
Bible
is?
says, worship God.
Okay.
He has not been frisked. He has not
The
been
man
patted
made laws
down.
of-
Yep.
He's being very weird. That is not normal what he's doing. We're pointing a gun at a taser. One officer's pointing a gun and a taser at him at the same time. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
It's land, and it's our job to enforce those.
Right.
Right. It's for your job to abide by those.
Spirit, because the Bible says if you live in the spirit every day, laws don't apply to you.
Okay, and now he's doing like an almost semi-sovereign citizen thing by saying, "Oh, I only follow the Bible's
Makes
laws
sense.
or some bullshit."
But they do apply to everybody, including us.
If you live in the spirit every day, and I live in the spirit every day.
Okay, they still apply to you.
They don't.
Yeah.
Would you like to pull your Bible out?
No.
No, we're not pulling a Bible out. Okay. No.
We're asking for
not doing
compliance.
this.
Right.
Well, the Lord wants you to do this.
Are you trying to say you don't respect who I am as?
I respect you, but you're not respecting us. You're not listening to
because I
us.
don't apply to your laws.
Well, and then I don't know what to tell you.
That's why I'm chilling.
You're not chilling. You're giving us attitude. You're giving us a problem.
I'm telling you the truth.
And you're telling us your truth.
Okay. Is that not enough? Is my truth not enough
No.
as a black man?
As anybody. Doesn't matter the color of your skin. Don't mean nothing.
Well,
You're trying to make it a white or black thing. It's
but
not
he
a
just
white or
answered.
black
He
thing.
said my skin doesn't. My truth doesn't matter because I'm black.
He's done a pretty good job of intimidating him. Look at that officer. That officer had a gun and a taser pointed at her, and for whatever reason, now she thinks it's okay to holster both of them. And it's a situation where we don't need. If it was a situation where you had a gun and taser up because you felt threatened, which I absolutely agree with that use of force. Now all of a sudden we've holstered both of them. And we have not changed the scenario at all. The only thing that's added was we added officers in a crossfire situation where that dude just put himself in a crossfire situation. Okay.
And meanwhile, this guy has not relented at all.
He's not been frisked. He's not been patted down. You have an arrestable offense already, more than one. So just arrest him right now on your arrestable offense. If he wants to fight, well, that's what the tool belt's for. There's a significant amount of officers on scene. Like, let's go. Like, what are we doing? And what he's doing now, if he wants to make a decision to hurt you, he can come up with a plan right now in his head, and you're behind the loop on this. This is very frustrating to me. I appreciate their attempt at de-escalation, but he's obviously intoxicated. He's antagonistic. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. And no amount of talking to him, quoting Bible verses, whatever, it's just not going to work.
No, I say the truth doesn't matter because you're not listening to us. I did not just say that.
It does not matter because I'm black.
Doesn't matter because it doesn't matter what color your skin is.
Okay, so what's the issue?
What's that?
What's the issue?
What's the issue? She stopped you for, what'd you stop him for, traffic violation?
He didn't have his headlights on at one point and
Okay.
failed to use his turn signal properly.
Okay, there you go. Now you know.
What was the turn signal part?
You didn't use your turn signal or didn't have your headlights on?
I did have to use my turn signal.
Okay,
100
well
feet
that's...
before the intersection, okay?
The 100 feet before the intersection? Is that a rule?
This is the
It's a
law.
law.
Okay, so you want to arrest me? Okay.
I'm gonna arrest him for everything.
Huh? Arrest him. Why are we getting in front of him? Exactly. Yeah.
Detain him.
No, I just got on work. All right, we just want to make sure.
Release your hands. Release. Release.
Release.
I need you to release your hands.
Don't resist.
You just said.
Release your hands.
Now we just said 3 times to release them. You can stop flashing your gang signs too. That don't mean nothing to us.
You pat him down.
Have anything you're not supposed to have? Any kind of weapons?
Car smells like weed.
Oh, we can smell it all the way back here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I smoke weed. We can't do that and drive. Really?
No, it's called impairment. It's like drinking and driving. What do we have in here? Just papers?
No, more weed.
You got more weed in here? Okay. I'll let you get it. All right, let's go have a seat in the car.
He's He's verbally resistant. He's absolutely
Not yours.
He was
You
given
have the
direct
chance to sit in yours.
lawful orders. Didn't follow him.
Yeah, go ahead and pull forward.
And I think what they're referring to is probably him tensing
Yeah,
up.
you know you were. Yeah, I'm sure. So sincere.
I know. I did my best.
Yes. Try harder.
I am. This is my perfect.
That's the best you got?
Yeah, this is my perfect. This is Jesus, Doc.
This is sarcasm?
Yeah.
He's everything, I guess. But you're not wrong. You're not wrong there.
Wait. I'm sorry I can't get in like this.
You can get in. Everybody else does.
Thank you.
It's that hard. I know. Man, you don't believe it though.
Oh,
You want to play games.
Oh, no.
We are kind.
I did.
You're just making it difficult.
After officers searched his vehicle, they discovered a small bag of marijuana.
Well, you don't want to get back in his car, so he's leaving. That means he left it in the road.
Another charge. Failure to comply. I had him at gunpoint.
Oh yeah. Yep, fail to comply. He's going.
He's gonna search that side.
You have an idea?
I'm sure there's a DWI
Where's that
arrest
at?
in there that we're
In your
not
pocket?
doing.
I need to get that.
Probably
please.
lazy.
My insurance is on my phone.
Okay, we're not. Insurance is the least of our worries right now.
I mean, what else could you do? You said it was a traffic stop. I have
Yeah.
insurance.
Well, now you're going to jail for failure to comply with a lawful order.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep. Obstruction. Whatever she wants to charge you with. Okay. Do you have an Ohio driver's license or just this?
No, I'm a California resident.
Okay.
We had that law, but I've never used it.
Okay. So what are you doing now tonight? You working or what?
Failure to obey
Where do
a
you work
lawful
at?
order. It's a Class C ticket. You can arrest
What's the name
on.
of it?
I don't know.
Never used it before.
How long you worked there?
I've wanted
It's been
to.
about 3 weeks or so.
3 weeks? Okay. So where do you stay? With mom then?
Yep.
Usually there's another
Where's
offense
that
you can
at?
arrest for.
Yeah. Living with his mom.
Mayfield Heights.
Mayfield? Okay.
Bingo.
Would
All
you
right.
like to call her? I can give you.
No, we don't want to call her. How old are you?
31.
31? Nope, no reason to call her unless you're a juvenile. You're an
Oh, that's right. He wanted to see if he could call his mom. He's like, no,
No.
you're 31. No.
adult. Take care of
I
yourself.
mean, in some cultures, I'm 17 or 18.
Okay. Well,
according to some cultures, I'm 17. Okay, I missed that part when I watched this video. What?
America.
No.
State of Ohio. You're 31.
Well, no.
Okay. What's that? I'm sorry?
Some cultures.
Okay. But under the eyes of Ohio law, you're 31 and
door.
you're an adult. You take care of yourself. We're not calling mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe in Jesus.
All right. 93 Radio California OL. Says he's working down here for 3 weeks, staying with his mom in Mayfield.
Go ahead. Okay, it looks like it's returning.
I'm sure it is, Deacon, but
Adrian
not in the United States.
I'll try and check them out of Ohio.
10-4. Adrian Malone, California OL.
You have no
You're checking through Ohio right now. It says he's.
This was.
Does that look like him?
Oh, good, a little baggy. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. There's one blunt's in that bag in your car with the rest of his stuff.
I mean, he looks high in this picture, but...
Well, he probably was if you smell the car. I don't know
good,
what his
guys.
problem is.
She's
He just
driving
want
lights
to make
off.
everything into a race issue.
What did he do? Like, he jumped out of the car?
Yeah.
He might have got tased.
Well, she got his gun out at first,
Shot.
and she switched to taser.
Or shot.
Yeah, okay, yeah, she just said, yeah, okay, he did confirm it that she had her gun out first and then put out her taser.
Yeah. I know.
You know, obviously he didn't seem like a threat.
Oh, sorry. I forgot that's why you're here.
But
masterpiece officer.
Trying to prove something.
Okay.
I don't know what he's trying to prove. Other than the fact he's black and we're white, that's all he kept saying. Just because I'm black, no, it doesn't matter what color skin you are.
Huh? Nothing else. All right, well,
We'll
pull up and we'll knock out the tow and wait for what you need.
Yep.
Does Code Blue Cam usually show like the jail booking procedure like this normally?
A little bit, yeah. Most usually up to this point, yeah.
I have to take your temperature.
We have to turn our cameras off once we enter like that door.
So here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna process you. Fingerprints.
Because the jail's cameras are
We're gonna
great.
have a bunch of plastic.
Cameras anyway.
No, it's not working.
No, you gotta lift my head.
I know. It's not working. Battery's too low. Battery's too low, so it doesn't matter. You don't have a cough or difficulty breathing or anything like that?
No.
Adrian was charged with obstructing official business.
I would
criminal
argue that
mischief,
this guy
driving
probably
with an
has
expired
a mental
license,
illness.
failing to signal before turning, and
If
non-working
he doesn't,
headlights.
he is a giant asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, for real.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
I think most people that you come across like will have some mental health component attached to them or an addiction component attached to him. It would really surprise me if he didn't.
Right.
Have a history. I mean, 31. If you're living at home with mom, to me says a lot. It likely means that you have some sort of addiction because you have a problem with responsibilities, or whether it's addiction or even just a mental illness. And when you combine the two, it gets pretty tough. So I feel bad on it with him for him on one hand, but on the other hand, he still knows what he's doing is wrong.
I mean, I feel like I mean, yeah, that may be the case, but at least as far as what I've seen, he's done nothing but be a complete asshole, and could have gotten himself
shot
at the very worst because of what he was doing. He immediately got out of the car as soon as the car stopped.
Think about it. We can find YouTube. We can go on YouTube and we can find a million videos where dudes reach back into the car, get out of the car like that, and draw a pistol, start shooting at cops. Like, so yeah, what he did was make a very dangerous. He made a regular traffic stop into something very, very dangerous.
No, well, right. Deacon, I agree with you, but being an asshole isn't a crime. But it was more than just that. He got out of the car. He kept putting his hands in his pockets, his hands behind his back. Yeah. He refused to comply with any orders that the female officer was giving, being unbelievably defiant the entire time. I think
you could
more than anything else. It wasn't just him being verbally abusive. It was his mannerisms that was the concern.
Something.
Yeah, he's verbally non-compliant or
passively resisting.
It is no, it's not passive resistance. Would be like he lays on the ground and won't move. So there is a little bit of a difference there, and that's because of the way you use force. But he was verbally non-compliant, verbally aggressive, I'd argue, and so he made it to because people are assholes all the time. I don't know if you know that. And you can make a traffic stop, and people can be like, "Did you have something better to do?" Like go on,
yeah.
But they'll still be compliant. You can still, if you wanted to write them a ticket, you can. If you don't have to. They still are within that same realm of normal traffic stop. What we all know to be a normal traffic stop. This was clearly not that.
Yeah, I agree. So that's kind of what we had for this evening. I think we kind of it's all good to keep it short and sweet. So we have something concise for us. But one of these days, and I know Mandy, you had mentioned it before, and I haven't yet acted on it, but I'll make a note of it now. That eventually, I think I would love to have, Alex. I would love to have you, Deacon, and who else did you mention? Mandy. Who was it? The other officer, the other former officer. Oh my God, his name is drawing a blank. He starts with a D.
Dutch door discussion.
Dutch. That's right. You said he was a former New York City detective or something like that.
Yes.
Like I'd be very curious to
in New York City.
To have the three of y'all on a panel, and like I would love to ask you guys some questions about your experiences. I imagine because you guys are from completely different areas of the United States, different histories as well. You can provide your take on policing and how you look at it and everything like that. I think it'd be really awesome panel to have. Yeah. So I will reach out to all of you in the next couple of days to see if we could work something out.
Cool. Yeah, I'm down.
All right, guys. Again, I want to thank you all. Thank all of you for the super chats. Thank you all for re-upping the memberships. It's always good. Please hit that like button on your way out. Check out my Discord as always. And yeah, thanks, guys. Have a good night. Take care.
See you guys.
Night.
I can hear your cat. What are they yelling about? Yeah, Nicole just came into the room. She's like, "Did you keep the dogs?" Like, But that was a good stream.